What happens when the pattern on your bedroom wall starts breathing? When those innocent floral designs begin forming shapes that shouldn't exist? Tonight, we're diving into a story from Chiba, Japan, where a family's dream home became their living nightmare. This isn't just about haunted wallpaper. This is about something hungry, something ancient, that's been waiting decades for the perfect moment to feed. If you think you know horror, think again. What you're about to hear will make you question every wall in your house. The Nakamura family thought they'd found paradise when they purchased the old suburban house in Chiba for half its market value. The previous owner, an elderly woman named Mrs. Sato, had lived there alone for 30 years before mysteriously disappearing one winter morning, leaving behind only a cryptic note. The flowers are always watching. Kenji Nakamura, a stressed office worker drowning in debt from his father's medical bills, saw the house as their salvation. His wife Yumi, 7 months pregnant with their second child, initially felt uneasy about the master bedroom's vintage wallpaper. Delicate pink, cherry blossoms scattered across cream-colored paper, installed sometime in the 1970s. Their 5-year-old daughter Hana loved tracing the flower patterns with her tiny fingers, claiming they felt warm and bumpy. The first week was blissful. The mortgage payments were manageable. Hana had started kindergarten nearby, and Yumi could finally rest during her difficult pregnancy. But on the 8th night, Kenji noticed something peculiar. The cherry blossom pattern in their bedroom seemed different. The flowers appeared slightly larger, more three-dimensional. When he mentioned this to Yumi, she laughed it off as pregnancy, brain affecting both of them. That same night, Hana woke up screaming. She claimed the flower mouths in her room were whispering her name. Kenji found her standing in the hallway, pointing at the wallpaper that extended from the master bedroom into the corridor. In the dim moonlight filtering through the windows, the cherry blossoms seemed to pulse gently, like tiny hearts beating beneath the surface. Yumi suggested they remove the old wallpaper and redecorate, but every hardware store in Chiba mysteriously ran out of wallpaper remover whenever they visited. The clerks would apologize profusely, claiming their shipments kept getting delayed. One elderly store owner pulled Kenji aside and whispered, "Some things are better left undisturbed, young man." Mrs. Sato learned that the hard way. By the 3rd week, the wallpaper had undeniably changed. The cherry blossoms were now clearly three-dimensional, protruding from the wall like fleshy growths. What's worse, they had developed what looked like tiny slits in their centers, dark, moist openings that seemed to contract and expand rhythmically. Kenji tried photographing the phenomenon, but the camera only showed normal, flat wallpaper. The mirror in their bedroom reflected the original pattern, not the grotesque reality they were experiencing. Hana stopped sleeping in her room entirely, insisting that the flower mouths were getting bigger and trying to kiss her goodnight. She would only sleep on the living room couch, as far from the wallpapered areas as possible. Yumi's pregnancy complications worsened. She developed severe insomnia and began talking to the walls during the night, having full conversations with voices only she could hear. The breakthrough came when Kenji discovered Mrs. Sato's hidden journal behind a loose floorboard in the closet. Her handwriting grew increasingly erratic over the years, documenting how the wallpaper had been installed over the site of a mass grave from the 1940s, victims of a chemical plant explosion who were buried without proper ceremonies. The cherry blossom pattern wasn't decorative. It was a containment seal, designed by a local shrine maiden to keep the hungry spirits dormant. But seals weaken over time, especially when fed by human presence and emotion. The journal's final entries revealed Mrs. Sato's desperate attempts to strengthen the seal through daily offerings of rice and prayers. Her last entry, barely legible. "They're almost through. The flowers are opening wider each night. I can see teeth now. Sharp, white teeth behind those pink lips. They want to taste living flesh again. I won't let them have the next family. Won't." The night after reading the journal, Kenji woke to find Yumi standing motionless before the bedroom wall, her pregnant belly pressed against the largest cluster of protruding blossoms. The flower mouths were gently sucking at her nightgown, making soft, wet sounds like a nursing infant. Her eyes were rolled back, showing only whites, and she was humming a lullaby in a language that sounded ancient and wrong. When Kenji tried to pull her away, the flower mouths hissed in unison, revealing rows of needle-sharp teeth. Yumi turned to him with a blissful smile, her voice dreamy and distant. "They're hungry, Kenji. They've been waiting so long to taste new life. The baby will be so sweet, so tender. They promise it won't hurt much. The walls in your home right now, are you absolutely certain they're just walls? Next time you notice a pattern in your wallpaper or paint that seems slightly off, remember the Nakamura family. Remember that some hungers never die, they just wait." If this story made you question every surface in your house, smash that like button and subscribe for more psychological horror that will haunt your dreams. Drop a comment below. Have you ever noticed something strange about the patterns in your home? And don't forget to share this with someone brave enough to handle the truth about what might be hiding behind their walls. Sweet dreams, if you can manage them tonight.